Hey there, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Frank Gustafson, and today we're going to dive into a hard truth. It's a hard truth that a lot of founders, they don't really want to hear, but they need to. Hey, look, if you're still running sales in your business, you're probably the bottleneck. And I say that with respect. I've seen it time and time again. Look, you hustled your way here and it worked, but now it's holding you back. So if you're tired of being the one who closes all the deals, who saves the pipeline, who chases all the forecasts, and you know that something's got to change, hey, look, you're in the right place. So let's talk about how to get out of your own way without losing control. Shall we start with the bottleneck? All right, let me ask you a question. If you stepped away from sales today, what would happen to your revenue? And if that answer to that question makes you cringe, you're not alone. Most founders that I meet with and talk to are still the rainmaker. They know the product, they know the customer, they know the close, and they're passionate and they're exhausted. And because they're still wearing the sales hat, growth at some point stalls. Not because of market forces, but because everything still depends on them. Like, here's the truth, and I've seen this play out a dozen times. If you're the rainmaker, you're also the bottleneck. You're carrying quota, you're jumping in to save deals, and you call that leadership. But what you're actually doing is plugging the holes in the boat when you should be up in the bridge driving the boat. It's not sustainable, it's not scalable, and it's costing you. So what are the hidden costs of doing it all? Look, in the grand scheme of things, on paper, it looks like sales are growing, but behind the scenes, you know that the house is on fire and you're doing it all, and you can't step away without revenue dipping. You can't delegate confidently because there's no playbook. Forecasting, forget about it. It's guesswork. Hiring, well, that's risky because you don't have a system to plug people into. You've essentially built a machine that runs on your energy, your instincts, and your time. And look, that's not a business, that's a treadmill. So question becomes, how do I get off this treadmill and build a sales engine that runs without me? Well, I don't know if this is for you or not, but let's pretend, enter the fractional sales leader. This is where the fractional sales leadership concept comes in. Think of it as a part-time VP of sales with full-time impact. It's not just coaching reps or joining calls. It's about building a system. It's the structure, the processes, the tools, so that sales becomes a function of the business, not a function of the founder. It's the difference between founder-led sales and a business that sells without you. And the first step in that shift is not hiring more reps. It's not running more demos. It's designing a process. So why sales process design is the turning point. This is the part that most people, most founders want to skip. They think that a sales process is a bunch of dry flow charts. It's a bunch of internal documents that nobody reads. But the truth is that a clearly defined sales process is the backbone of scalable growth. It tells your team lots of things, like what happens when a lead comes in, how to run a discovery call, what qualifies someone to move forward in the pipeline, when to bring in technical help, how to prepare a proposal that wins, to name a few. Without that clarity, look, your reps are freelancing. They do their best, but every deal is different, and coaching becomes a guessing game. With a mapped out process, though, everything changes. Reps follow a repeatable path. You gain visibility into stuck deals. Forecasts become more accurate. Conversion rates go up. And it's because friction goes down. It's like switching from gut instinct to using a GPS. But what about the excuses? Look, let me pause here because I know what some of you are thinking. Hey, look, I don't have time to build all that. My team already knows what to do. You don't understand. Every deal is different. I get it. I hear that all the time, but here's a reality check. If you don't have time to fix the system, you're always fixing the symptoms. And if your team really knew what to do, you wouldn't be in the weeds every day. And if every deal feels different, that is the clearest sign that your sales engine isn't scalable. You can't grow on tribal knowledge. You need a shared playbook. So What does a fractional sales leader actually do? When this fractional VP of sales steps in, here's kind of the playbook. Maybe start with audit what's working. Don't throw out the good, build on it. Then map the buyer's journey so that you're aligned with how people actually buy. Define each stage. Clear milestones with no ambiguity. Build enablement into the process, right? Scripts, talk tracks, templates, tools, everything ready to go, and train and reinforce so the process sticks. It isn't about creating a binder that collects dust. It's about building a system that your reps want to use because it makes them better, faster, and more effective. Look, what happens when you let go? So when you let go, you stop being the bottleneck. Here's what I've seen again and again. Founders, when they let go, they reclaim their time and their focus, and they're able to work on the business instead of in the business. Sales reps become more accountable. Pipelines become real and more predictable. Deals move faster with fewer surprises, and the business grows without you having to jump in and save the day. It's not magic, it's a structure. And once that structure is in place, your business becomes scalable in a way that it never was before. So let me ask you, are you ready to let go of sales, or are you going to white knuckle this thing for another year? You don't need a full-time VP to build a world-class sales function. What you need is someone who can come in, build the system, coach the team, and set you free. That's it for today. Hey, I appreciate you joining me on today's episode of the Sales Performance Insight Podcast. If something I said in this diatribe hit home with you, if you're tired of carrying the sales load, if you're ready to build a sales engine that runs without you, I'd love to help. Let's have a simple, no pressure conversation. Simply connect with me on LinkedIn or just respond right here. And let's take a peek under the hood and let's just see if fractional sales leadership even makes sense for you. Hey, until next time, keep leading boldly. And remember, letting go is not giving up. It's growing up your business.